Y'all just foda, né?
In this video, we doing a gasket replacement on the valve cover. You know, you're gonna have to remove it, and you also gonna need you some gasket sealing to replace. So as you show in the video, when you're removing the wire harness, you're gonna need also it's like a slide. It slides down in the groove with the plate. This was one of the most hardest parts was taking up with this here. So what I advise is, like, once you remove some of your wire harness connectors, you know, that can help loosen up on that tray part, just pull straightly up, and then, you know, here you're gonna need a exact star licking socket. It's a T millimeter, but I can't think of what the socket actually calls, because that's what's holding these valve covers down in place. And like I said, you're gonna need some gasket sealing. As you see, I put right here in the video. I had to go over in a real voice recording because, you know, doing it in real time, like, it'd be different. But we replacing the gasket around the valve cover, and you know, and these are the part numbers for it right here. So I work with, I'm just working with the camera. Alright. It was the toughest part, taking that. Like, you don't want to break these sides, but like I said, once you get a flathead, a smaller one, or more like a pick, I usually have one of them, but I didn't think I was gonna need it looking at somebody else's tutorial. Pop up the side, like it's like you go in and go out. Like, put in the corner, and like kind of like do like that. Just be gentle because you'll break them. It's easy to break. I ain't got time to break them. If you have to remove this, get out your way. It's a yellow tab that you pop up, barely see. Once you pop it up, squeeze the button down and then pull. Like I said, try to be very careful with your wire harnesses. You just want to create you enough space to get to all your bolts. Once this slides up, move this cover plate out the way, therefore you can get to all your bolts. So we're gonna have to remove this cold too. And while we at it, we also gotta remove this cord pack. It's one whole piece. Move, you know what I'm saying, the plug out the way. Is I'm not sure what this piece is, but it's a pin. Another little safety clip. Go to the valve cover. As you see me, move out the way. Try to make sure ain't nothing away from moving this cover. Disconnect the connection to the cord pack. The same way you take it off, like you always hear me say, the same way you put it back on. You have to move the oil cover cap. I need another socket for the star socket that go on. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I gotta remove this cord pack as well and remove them spark plug. I've been wanting to check it anyway. There's a 40 T. 240T, and gonna look just like that, another looking star. I'm gonna go ahead and remove, you know what I'm saying, all these bolts. from the valve cover so we can lift it up. Seems like this one already kind of loose. That's another thing probably can just be the problem. You can go around and check and make sure none of your bolts loose. Man, they kind of loose. God dang. Make it better if you had like a impact little drill, had a little drill. Damn thing ain't even tight. These bolts that you unloosen, they don't come out the valve cover. What I mean is that like it ain't like you gotta worry about taking them out because it's already in the cover. We'll be fast for some of this. You'll pretty much get what I'm saying. Damn things ain't even tight. Hey. Now, something else I want to remind you is everything have a torque spec to torque it back down. But when it comes to like these small bolts on top of the heads and stuff like that, like, you know, valve covers, man, just come back with the ratchet. Try to go from kind of like on a tire, which I'll show that in the video, go from boom, 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 boom from the quarter tight like here, angles, but therefore it'll tight even once you put your new valve cover gasket on. And just snug it tight. Same way with the spark plug. Don't over tighten it. I mean, everything got a torque spec you can use, but you gotta know how to use that torque. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen one of my other previous videos that I did on the Chevy truck when I was taking the valve cover off. Not the valve cover. I was taking the intake off, and got over with the tightening and misunderstood about the specs, and ended up breaking one in there. And that's ugly. You don't want to break it. It's easy to break too. Snug tight. Like hand tight now, then snug tight. Going all the way around. Make sure you get your fingers underneath and pull straight up. Wish I had some air blower to blow out. Also gonna look at your cord pack, look at the springs, make sure that's all good too. You fill in the oil, you can just come back and dry it off. We'll get back to that too. Move your dipstick as well. Sometimes you gotta take a flathead and wedge it up because it already be so stuck. Oh no, I guess that slides up. I didn't know that. Okay. You can slide this one up. Remove all these goddamn gas and clean it up. I'm gonna take the valve cover, I'm gonna spray it down. You also can use, if you wanna make sure you get all in your crevices. Clean up all pretty light. You could use some brake clean, that'd be easy because it cleans in dry. But I want to use that for the top. I ain't got much. I already sprayed to the bottom. These ain't sprayed to the bottom when I was down under the hood. I drained the oil too. I drained the oil on this car. You want to make sure you don't never get none in that motor. And Try to clean around the edges where you gotta go back with the seal. Make sure this smooth. You can use either a razor blade, always good. Clean around here. And then when we get ready to put that foam gasket seal, we're only gonna put it in certain corners. Like we're gonna put it here, put it there, like right up in this corner. Because it's already a gasket seal to seal your oil from coming out. It's just certain pinpoints you have to put on around the valve cover. Wipe it off. I can tell somebody already been in here because they got some of that gasket right here. We'll just clean up and re-put that corner. Try not getting that inside your spark plugs. You don't want no debris to get inside of it. We're gonna check that too though. See them spark plugs look like, cause we already had them. I didn't get a chance to do that the first time we had did a other video for a complete maintenance with Youngin. Use your camshaft. I ain't got my knife or razor. We had to use the tip of this goddamn flathead. I'm just scraping the surface, getting some of that debris, trying to make it smooth as possible. If you had like a air compressor, you'll blow in there and blow whatever dust and debris out of there. It could be anything. We're gonna check these spark plugs, see what they look like as well. Cause I ain't never changed them when we did the whole tune-up. Cause the car, it wasn't giving me no indication that it was skipping. We're gonna check them cause we already got some spark plugs. Yeah. You're wiping around the edges. I'm gonna make sure ain't no debris once that new gasket seal goes, cause you have to put it in the inside of the put the new gasket in the valve cover. Like I said we already had some all-purpose cleaner. It's just like brake cleaner, all-purpose. No, just want to spray now. Make sure you don't drop nothing in your motor, no debris in them. Make sure y'all have a socket, spark plug socket. Wrong side, look. Wrong side. More like a 5A. Yo, 5A. And I always want to be a deep socket too. Check what these sockets look like. These spark plugs look like, I mean. Spark plug socket usually be most time a 5A. I might just change them anyway because we got the new ones anyway. We been had them. Oh yeah. Ain't too bad. I don't know if you can see that on camera. Kind of like got a little, Ain't too bad. The AC Delco too. You always want to go back with the good stuff. I talk about that in a second. Matter of fact, hold that thought. I always recommend go with AC Delco GM Genuine OE, and that's the part number on the spark plugs. Seems like who already had AC Delco in here. Let me see what number they had. That one say 517. The last 3 digits on that. Shit, we're gonna change them out. Shit, we already had it though. Part numbers. And you ain't, when you doing your spark plugs, putting them in, they ain't gotta be tight. They can be snug. Don't over tighten it because you can strip the threads. Yeah. All this stuff got to be just be snug tight. Where it won't move. And see, it was like a little oiling around it must have had gotten from coming off the them valves. So I'm gonna try to put a tissue in there and clean that too. Other one's dry. Seemed like it was more this one, and that one was okay. This one's super clean. That's the way it's supposed to be for your spark plug. Or you can get a misfire like that as well. If your car started shaking and hesitate, and all stuff, most time it could be, you want to start the cheapest with the spark plug, and then you want to go with the cord pack, which that's gonna cost you. It ain't like you need with the other vehicles where you need spark plug wires, and individual cord pack, just one big giant cord pack. Yeah, I got a little oil around there. We won't clean in there. We don't want none of that to get on your spark plug. That could cause misfire. So when we change the spark plug, we can actually say we did a full tune-up. Like I said, you'll know if your spark plug, I mean if you having a misfire. A little oil in there too. Not bad, but we won't change them out since we here. So get you like some tissue or something. Stick in there. Try to clean it as good as possible you can. You want that to be dry. So if you get one of these, like these little bristles that you can clean, like with metal, put it on a rag. I mean not a rag, napkin. Y'all gotta excuse me, man. Get down there and then just turn it. And it's always good to know the spec of your spark plug, see if they got like a gapper for the space. Like some of these, most of the spark plugs you get now, they come pre-gap, so, but still like you'll want to put a measure gap. I don't have it on me. Then get another dry side and wrap it around though. Make it thick and fat so it can get up in there. Trying to blow any debris out. You want to have an air, like an air compressor. Put new spark plugs in. I just put it in, I ain't tightening it, I ain't snugged it tight now, just enough to hand tight. And then I'm gonna come with a slight snug tight on a ratchet. Just placing them in there. And you also can put some lubricant on your threads, on the newer ones. So therefore it don't be dry, be hard to get out, but I don't have none. Anything make the job better and easier. Snug tight. Now it's time to put it on the gasket on the valve cover. Put a cardboard box older valves, and I don't want them to get in it. Put the new gaskets in. I'm gonna dry that out a little bit more. I don't want no water in there. Clean all around the grooves. Get whatever debris out of the valve cover before you place it in. Now from the former last time, where you can see with some former gasket seal right here, it's kind of flimsy in this area, so I can see why they'll fill it in that corner. Like here on the valve cover, but they'll put it more down here so it won't leak, because it's real flimsy on the end. Make sure it's on there solid when you press these down. It's kind of flimsy in this area. And it could be, you know, sometimes might need another gasket cover, but once you press down, it'll start sealing in. But the weaker areas in that corner, once you turn the opposite direction, put some of that in them corners. You'll see me do it though. Now on these corners, like I said, kind of hard to get in there. You know, you can see, like you take like a small little flathead, this little circles part, you press down and then push in, like, you know, doing it flat though. But just give you an example, you'll press down and then stick in there, because you gotta get that in there. You don't want that loose. It was flimsy, because I gotta be up in there. I would show you what I'm doing. Yeah, that's up in there. Alright. I know you can't see me do the other side of where the motor at. You can see me putting this gasket seal in the corner where this arrow at. Do the opposite on the other side. That just know the same where's that in on weak points. So when you put the gasket seal, how it's going down on the 2014 and up. And get none of that stuff in your valve cover, just enough to get in these corners so it seal up good. I'm gonna put our valve cover back on. I'm not about to tighten all the way down, just trying to get them snug, and then I'm going to positions like I said I was gonna do. So now I'm gonna start tighten down a certain sequence. You know, just make it better when you put new gasket seals and stuff. Like I'm gonna go from the middle, top, bottom, corner, 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 corner. I'm gonna go boom, 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 then all the way around. Remember, snug tight, not over tight. You'll come back over once you get snug tight and check it again. Now everything got a torque sequence, but I ain't about to use that because these both easy breakers don't know how to use that torque. You do this long enough, you'll know how much pressure to put on something. Prime example how you can break one. Oh man. That ain't nothing but aluminum. They good on the rest of them. It's like a feel. Dang, I ain't think I was gonna do it, but never had to come back to it. We'll have to deal with that at another time. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. That's the second time I made that. Second time I made that mistake. I made the first one, the Chevy. I told you with the with the intake. With them, yeah. Just clean off. Make sure ain't no dry debris. Snug tight, that's my fault. Snug tight should be like between how you use your fingers. Like, get a little, you ain't gotta do no more of them. Can't turn too much with your fingers. Not too much pressure. That's a snug. That, they gonna do that. Make sure you hook all your plugs and connectors back up. I'm just doing that so therefore I can clean all around the area where the gasket seal sits, so therefore I can see any oils for future reference. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You watching me in real time. You're gonna make mistakes. You try not to make mistakes. I just said, when it comes to these boats, and you seen it live on me, you seen me do it, no editing, break another boat for the second vehicle, man, I tell you. We just had to deal with when we come back across it in the future. You know? Okay, so another thing that ended up changing on here was the cooler. Like, it's right here where the oil filter goes at. It's a whole assembly. I also put the link in this video showing exactly what it is. Once you remove this manifold out of the way, the shell, remove the heat shield so therefore you can get to the oil cooler. And I guess, yeah, I think you just move the shell, and you probably have to move the whole I think just that shield, because if not the shield, you had to take also the, you also had to remove that oil dipstick out the way. Catalytic converter off. But it seemed like the shield come off, and then it's a whole called a oil cooler, and it caused leak around that. I ain't gonna get on the bottom. I should have did that when I was doing everything else. So that's also replaced too. I put the part number, everything in the description so you can see. Okay, on my 2014 Chevy Cruze LS, 1.8 liter. This is the part number for the crankshaft position sensor. You know, big on part numbers. And see, this was having the vehicle to end up to stall, lose power, also show up with the traction stabilizer. It's like all of that be connected in somehow, man. That motor is something, I tell you. And also replacing the gas cap, cause this is an old one and it was showing that on the dash. This the part number for that if you had to get a gas cap. Not necessarily saying that's your situation. I just put that also on the big on that. But far as the crankshaft position sensor, this is the part number. It got a limited warranty on it, and then the cap was like a 1-year warranty. But if you start feel like, you know, you seen a stabilizer, whatever code it is, I can't remember what the code is. I didn't have an engine code. First it was just showing the stabilizer, like kind of give like a rough start. It can be, it's a few things that can be. It can be the cam, what I said the cam shaft position sensor can be that. Cord packs can be another, but it's all have a different style. I wish I would have recorded to show you, but this was the issue I was having. If you ever had to do for 2014 Chevy Cruze LS, I want to say all the way from the 2011 to 15. Alright, man, y'all stay tuned for the next one.